What is up, guys? Stark here. I am back with some more news, and I do apologize for the lack of uploads over the last couple of days. I've been having a lot of trouble with my game. It keeps freezing on me, and I really can't play too much, and so that's why I haven't really been recording too many videos. But I'm gonna try and figure it out, see what's going on, and get back to recording videos for you guys. It's really weird though. I don't know, like, it'll work fine, it'll boot up fine, and then I'll just go into a random menu and it'll stop working. So not really sure what's going on there, but anyway, we are here to talk about some news, and as you guys can see here, there's a bunch of new news, but really there's not that much to talk about. So let's see, there's like 6 things of news here, but really all of it is basically crumbled into like 2 or 3. So we'll go ahead and talk about the October exchange ticket items. So, you know, new month, new items. So the 3 items for this month will be the Evil Bone, the Fool's Chain, and the Seeds of Yggdrasil. So I think I'm probably going to go for the Seeds. The Fool's Chains aren't really that hard to get, but you do need a lot of them for a lot of characters. So maybe if you need a few extras, you know, that'll be a really good thing to go for. And the Evil Bones, I believe they gave them away for daily logins for a long time, so I think I'm pretty good there. So probably going to go for the Seeds. But yeah, those will be your 3 items for the month of October, and there'll also be a refresh on the Mana Prism shop as well. So make sure you get those EXP items and summoning tickets. And then we'll go ahead and talk about the Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel, I guess, release campaign. So this obviously isn't that big of a deal in America as it was in Japan, because the movie's already out. So it's not like we get to go to the theaters and enjoy it, although I guess we could have. There was like a 1-day showing or something. But the Blu-ray is coming out, and I do have it on pre-order, so I'm really excited to watch it. And hopefully I can get to the theaters for part 3, but it depends on where it actually shows. Anyway, the campaign itself is really not that great, but it is okay. So we're going to have a new Mystic Code, or a limited time Mystic Code, for a Fragment of 2004. So this will be available from the 1st to the 16th of October, and everyone is eligible for this. You just go into, you know, the main quest for your daily quests, and it'll pop up, and then you get a chance to get this Mystic Code. So, you know, if you don't have it, might as well go ahead and pick it up. I really don't think it's like that good of a Mystic Code, but having a bunch of different costumes to use with a bunch of different skills, you know, maybe there'll be a use for it in the future. And it's a limited time thing, so really you should be getting it anyway, just because it might not be coming back too often. Alright, so I kind of cut back in here after I recorded it and realized that I never told you guys what the Fragment of 2004 Mystic Code does, so I didn't actually say what skills they are, and that's kind of important. So I'm just going to go ahead and record this and put this back into the video when I talk about the actual Mystic Code. But the 3 skills are going to be Code F, which will increase the Noble Phantasm strength for 1 turn. This will go up to 50%, so that'll be for a single ally. That's pretty solid, honestly. Code U will increase the critical start gather rate of Buster cards for 1 turn for 1 ally. So 1000% there. That's actually really good. The only problem is that it only works for Buster cards, so that is where the huge flaw comes in. Unless you're doing like a Buster chain, then maybe you'll get something pretty good out of it. And the final one is Code H, which will increase 1 ally's Noble Phantasm gain for 1 turn, and that will be 50% as well at max level. So overall, it's definitely not an awful suit. It only takes about 3 million EXP to level up, so you can get that pretty fast. But I personally don't think I will be using it very often. The combat uniform is still pretty much just the best one out there, so I always opt for that as opposed to any other uniform. But, you know, I probably will put it on just to level it up. So, you know, it's not awful, but it really doesn't offer you that much. Alright, so now I'm going to cut back and get back into the original audio, so I'll see you guys later. In addition to that, though, all of the Mystic Code quests will have half AP costs, so that's really cool. There's a bunch of different ones if you haven't done them already, or maybe you're just waiting for, you know, an event where it has half AP for Mystic Codes. You can go ahead and do that and, you know, get some of those extra suits that have just been sitting around for a long time. This will be the same, you know, October 1st to October 16th. Next up, we have the Hassan of the Cursed Arm is going to have new battle sprites and animations for his Noble Phantasm. So this is pretty cool. He is a pretty featured character, at least in the first part that I noticed. So it's cool that he's getting a little bit of an upgrade. Now, I don't know anything about the second movie outside of what is in the visual novel, so I don't know how much they changed or how much they added. I guess they wouldn't have changed that much. But, you know, he's pretty important in at least this route of the movie, so it's cool that he's getting a little bit of love there. Next up, we have the Fate Stay Night Heaven's Feel celebration event. So for this craft essence, the Heaven's Feel craft essence, it'll be added into the Mana Prism shop, and let's see right here. So you'll need 3 to get it. Now, it's not really the best craft essence in the world, but it's also not really that bad. Being able to increase your quick card effectiveness by 10% and start the battle with 40% of your gauge filled. Really not that bad of a craft essence. I'm not sure if it's worth 3 mana prisms, but I guess if you do have a lot in your inventory, then maybe it's worth picking up. It's up to you though. I think I already have it. I think they gave it away when part 1, like when the first movie came out on Blu-ray. So, you know, if you missed it, this is a good time to get it, and if you've been a long time player, I do believe they gave them away, so you should already have it. Next up, we have interludes coming, so there will be, that's a different bit of news, but there will be another interlude campaign, but for this, it'll be interlude and rank up quests, half AP cost for all Fate Stay Night servants. So all the original characters from the original novel will have all their interludes and rank ups half AP, so you can see the eligible servants here. You know, Artoria Pendragon, Gilgamesh, Artoria Pendragon Altar, Emiya, Hercules, Kukulin, Medusa, Medea, Hassan of the Cursed Arm, and Sasaki Kojiro. So, you know, all the main players in the visual novel, anime series, whatever. So that's pretty cool. So we'll jump over and talk about the new interludes here in a second. But we're just going to continue on to the next bit, which is learning with manga, Fate Grand Order. This is really not even worth mentioning. It's just talking about the learning with manga series that they have out, and it's just a little bit of a, you know, clip for the new movie. If you want, you can check them out. They're kind of funny, so that's all it is. There's nothing really tied into the game or anything like that. And then finally, we have the Heaven's Feel Gacha. So we are going to go over to a separate page for that, because there is a little bit more information that comes out with this than most banners have. So we're going to back out and go into that, and hopefully my game doesn't freeze during this video. But here's the banner. So it's going to be a new 4-star character, Parvati, and you know, she's not that bad of a character, but honestly I don't think this banner is worth pulling on that much, because all the characters that are in the banner are just the Fate Stay Night characters who have been in the game since the beginning, really. So it's up to you. I'll do a character spotlight for her at some point in the next couple of days during the duration of this event. But yeah, it's just her with all the characters from the series. So I don't think it's worth it. But they do have a trial quest available for her, so you can get to kind of see how she plays. And then there's also going to be a Spiritron dress for her as well, which is actually really interesting. I'm not sure if, like, when it came out on Japan, but, you know, you're going to have one here for 1,000 mana prisms. So, you know, it's pretty cool that this is here, and I guess that's why they're bringing it out now, because it's actually a costume to make her look like Sakura from, like, the series. So, you know, if you are into that, I guess it's a pretty cool one to pick up. I'll pick it up because, you know, I like to collect everything, but I'm not going to be pulling for her, so hopefully in the future I'll be able to get her, and then I'll be able to use the Spiritron dress. But for now, it's just going to be sitting in my inventory waiting. But it is a good tie-in, because Heaven's Feel is basically Sakura's route, and this costume makes it look like Sakura from the movie, so yeah, it's a nice tie-in. Yeah, she is going to be a 4-star Lancer. Not a bad servant, but not worth pulling on for this banner. So, you know, the Sabers are here, Emiya, you know, all the originals and all that stuff, so. There are going to be some craft essence here. Let's see what these are. Are these worth it? Let's see. At Wish's End, increase critical star gather rate by 400%, Buster card effectiveness by 10%. Increase Arts card effectiveness by 8%, Buster card effectiveness by 8%, and Noble Phantasm strength by 5%. Yeah, I wouldn't say this is really worth pulling on. Alright, so we're going to back out here, and then we're going to go take a look at the interlude campaign. So we have a bunch of new interludes coming. And again, you know, if you have any characters from the original movie, they'll be half AP for interludes and rank ups. But let's go ahead and talk about the new stuff here. So we have Bedivere. You'll be able to do this by clearing his final singularity, or the final singularity rather, having him at stage 3 Ascension and level 5 Bond, and you'll also be able to get a Noble Phantasm upgrade for him. So essentially this will upgrade his Noble Phantasm to just do a bit of damage extra. It doesn't really give you any extra effects, it just ups the damage, overall damage. And for the Buster Card increase for his Noble Phantasm on the overcharge, that will also be increased as well. So it'll go from 70% to 90% at max. So overall, it's a pretty solid upgrade. You get a pretty sizable increase to your damage, 200% increase to your damage, but no new effects or anything like that to add on top of it. Next up we have Nightingale, who will be needed the same criteria as Bedivere, and you'll also be able to upgrade her Noble Phantasm as well. So Nightingale's Noble Phantasm, none of her stats will increase, like her heal is still the same. It's still going to be 5,000 for both versions of the Noble Phantasm, and the Noble Phantasm decrease will also be 100% still. The only difference here is that she's actually going to gain an additional effect, and this will decrease the attack of all of the enemies by 50% for one turn. So that's obviously a huge upgrade to her Noble Phantasm. Her Noble Phantasm is mostly a support Noble Phantasm to begin with, being able to heal and reduce the Noble Phantasm damage, but now on top of that, you're also going to be able to reduce their attack. You still do remove all of your debuffs as well, so a very sizable upgrade in my opinion. Next up we have Gawain, who you will need to clear the 6th Singularity, achieve stage 2 Ascension and level 1 Bond, and for his you're just going to get 1 Saint Court, but you will get a bit of story, you know, thrown your way there for that. Next up is the Hassan of the 100 Personas, and you will need to have cleared the 6th Singularity, achieve stage 3 Ascension and level 5 Bond, and this will strengthen their Noble Phantasm. So for this one, you're also going to get an upgrade to your overall damage, so it'll be a 300% increase to your base damage, and then it'll also add an additional effect, which will decrease arts resistance for a single enemy by 20% for 3 turns. So that's pretty good, you know, being able to reduce their arts resistance is really nice. You put them in arts stacks, and the Noble Phantasm is in arts as well, with a 13 hit count, so you know, being able to do that is going to make it do even more damage, and if you are using this character in like an arts team, then they can benefit from the you know, the extra effect as well. The critical resistance is still going to be the same. It'll be 50% for, you know, both the normal and the upgrade. So pretty much you're just getting an increase to your damage and the additional effect. Next up, we're going to have Lancelot, who will need to have cleared the 6th Singularity, stage 2 Ascension and level 4 Bond, and you will get 1 Saint Court for that. And then for Rama, you will need to clear the 5th Singularity, stage 3 Ascension, level 5 Bond. You will also get 1 Saint Courts for their interlude. Then for Tristan, you will have to clear the final Singularity, achieve stage 2 Ascension, level 4 Bond, and this will upgrade his Noble Phantasm. So for his upgrade, you're still going to get sure hit, and you're going to get a big increase to your overall damage, 400% increase, but you're also going to be able to ignore defense on his Noble Phantasm. So that is an upgrade from his original, where it won't ignore defense. Now you're getting that on top of a 400% increase to your overall damage, so that's going to be really good. The debuff resistance stays the same as well, so you know, that's going to be another very sizable increase to your Noble Phantasm. And a lot of people have told me that Tristan has a very good interlude for his story. Now, I have personally never read it, but that's what people tell me, so you know, it might be worth checking out. And that might be one of the ones where I actually sit and read it. I usually skip through the stories, but for his, I might read it just to see what all of it is, you know, about, all the hype is for him. And then we have Vlad Extra, who is going to need to have cleared the 6th Singularity, stage 2 Ascension, and level 4 Bond, and you will get 1 Saint Court for his interlude. And that's it. So quite a good batch of interludes there. I think some of the Noble Phantasm increases are actually really good. So if you have those characters and you have the criteria, then go ahead and go off for their interludes. Now, unfortunately, none of these are Fate's Day Night Servants, so you won't get that half AP for them, which is a little unfortunate, but still, it is a good batch of interludes, so you should definitely, you know, stay on top of that. And that's gonna wrap up this news video, guys. You know, I guess it is a little bit more than originally I thought, but still, it gives us something to do while we wait for the next event to come around. The Halloween event is still going on right now. I don't really think I'm going to make too many videos for that, just because I can't get my game to work. So, you know, I do apologize for that, but it is a bit of a downtime for me. I don't really need to farm the event for the characters, so I'm working on character spotlights and other things so I can get some more videos out for you guys. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. If you did like the video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I have the links below to my Twitter, Twitch, Patreon, and Discord, so feel free to check those out, and I will see you guys next time.